Chiefs' maddening loss to Jets, a metaphor for Kansas City's collapse. Kansas City's latest loss will be remembered most for cornerback Marcus Peters having a mental meltdown and throwing an official's yellow flag into the MetLife Stadium crowd. The next thing to watch for in December: the white flag being waved on what was once a dream season for the Chiefs. It's on the verge of happening after a 38-31 road loss to the New York Jets dropped Kansas City to 6-6. The 5-0 start that began with a stunning season-opening win in New England seems like an eternity ago. And there's plenty of blame to go around for it. Unlike in the previous 3 games, in which Kansas City failed to score more than 17 points, offense was not the problem in this latest defeat. Alex Smith kept rookie quarterback Patrick Mahomes on the bench for at least another week by tossing 4 touchdown passes along with gaining 70 yards on a second-quarter scramble. Tyreek Hill had 6 catches for 185 yards and 2 scores while zipping through the Jets' porous secondary. He would have scored a third if not for a Smith underthrow, a recurring problem. Tight end Travis Kelce caught 2 touchdown passes inside the game's first 5 minutes. And a beleaguered defensive line that lost center Mitch Morse, foot, early in the second quarter held up by surrendering only 2 sacks after being drummed last Sunday by Buffalo. The improvement may stem from Chiefs coach Andy Reid ceding his play-calling responsibilities to offensive coordinator Matt Nagy. If that's truly the case, Reid should consider asking defensive coordinator Bob Sutton to pass the baton himself. Time and again, the Chiefs made Jets quarterback Josh McCown look like Joe Namath in his prime. Third down defense was as brutal as watching new Chiefs cornerback Darrelle Revis look like a shell of his former self in one half of action before being mercifully benched in his Kansas City debut. New York converted 13 of 20 third downs, controlled the clock for 42 hours 49 minutes and didn't allow a sack while making Kansas City's best pass rusher an afterthought by holding outside linebacker Justin Houston without a tackle. The frustration overflowed when the Chiefs' D failed to deliver the kind of big play that also was lacking throughout the game's first 58 minutes. First, what is normally a quality special teams unit under coach Dave made a huge error when Chiefs defensive tackle Benny Logan was flagged for illegal contact with New York's long snapper after Chandler Catanzaro made a 21-yard field goal to give the Jets a 34-31 lead. New York coach Todd Bowles wisely took the points off the board with the Jets given a first and goal from the Chiefs' 1-yard line. Kansas City actually held until third down, when cornerback Steve Nelson was flagged for defensive holding on Jets tight end Austin Seferian-Jenkins in the end zone. Nelson was at it again after McCown scored on a 1-yard sneak, committing the same infraction on Seferian-Jenkins during the subsequent 2-point conversion attempt. That's when Peters lost his cool, grabbing the flag thrown by side judge Keith Washington and tossing it into the stands. As the jubilant young man who caught it took selfies with his friends, Peters left the field under the belief he was ejected. The problem, he wasn't. That meant Kansas City's best defensive back wasn't around when Jets running back Elijah McGuire rushed for the score that put New York ahead by a touchdown. Sand socks and leg pads, Peters ultimately emerged from the locker room in time to watch Kansas City's comeback attempt fall short at the Jets' 19-yard line with 45 seconds remaining. The scene provided an appropriate metaphor of a team being stripped of its Super Bowl hopes. The Chiefs still might make the playoffs. ESPN's analytics department gives Kansas City a 66% chance of doing so despite its ongoing struggles. The key will be how the Chiefs fare in the next 2 weeks at home against Oakland and the Los Angeles Chargers, two teams once left for dead in the AFC West, as Kansas City looked like a lock to win the division. Should the Chiefs lose either of those matchups, their season could be fading to black shortly thereafter, and leaving Kansas City to spend an off-season thinking about why things went horribly wrong. Alex Marvis can be heard from 8 to 11 a.m. ET Monday on SiriusXM NFL Radio.